Long ago, in the land of Japan, there existed a magnificent kingdom whose greatest pride was its breathtaking palace. This palace stood high among the clouds, hidden from the world, invisible to ordinary eyes, and unmatched in beauty. Cherry blossom trees bloomed endlessly around it, filling the air with fragrance. The palace had been built by King Anis for the woman he loved more than anything, his queen, Queen Isma. He adored her beauty so deeply that he wished to hide her from the entire world. Queen Isma was so extraordinarily beautiful that even she would be left in awe when she saw her reflection. Because of her presence, spring seemed eternal in the kingdom of Sakura, and the palace glowed with life. King Anis decorated the palace with the rarest treasures: gold, diamonds, emeralds, rubies, pearl necklaces, royal crowns, silk garments, embroidered robes, scented chests, and gifts from distant lands. There was nothing in the world he had not placed at her feet. Yet, despite all this luxury, Queen Isma was unhappy. The loneliness of love. Her sadness came from loneliness. She lived in a palace far above the world, forbidden to step outside. Only a few servants were allowed to see her. Her jewelry had nowhere to go. Her beauty had no one to meet. Whenever she asked the king to see the outside world, he would reply, "This is my love. I don't want anyone else to see you." But Queen Isma felt imprisoned. 7 daughters. In time, the queen gave birth to a beautiful daughter named Kiswa. When the king asked her what she wished for, she said, "I want to see birds free in the sky." The king brought rare birds from across the world, but soon even they felt like prisoners to her. Later, twin daughters Rimsha and Misbah were born. She wished to see a river flow near the palace. The king built one, but even its sound eventually felt hollow. Then 3 more daughters were born: Sidra, Naima, and Muskan. She wished to see the stars, so a giant telescope was placed on the balcony. Still, her loneliness deepened. Finally, the 7th daughter, Afshina, was born. The queen asked for caretakers for her daughters, but her sorrow only grew. She feared her daughters would live the same imprisoned life she had endured. Slowly, loneliness consumed her, mentally and physically. Before her death, she asked one final question: "Which daughter will inherit the throne?" The king replied, "The one whose hair is longest." Queen Isma understood. Only one daughter would rule. The others would remain trapped. Soon after, she passed away, without ever blaming the king. 17 years later. 17 years passed. The 7 princesses grew into graceful, intelligent young women, skilled in arts, learning, and kindness. Though confined, they found joy in each other. They slept in one room, shared laughter, dreams, and love. Their bond protected them from loneliness. King Anis, hardened by grief, remained distant. When the princesses turned 18, the king announced his decision. On the full moon night, their hair would be measured. The one with the longest hair would inherit the throne. The sisters were devastated, not by losing power, but by the fear that jealousy would destroy their unity. Soon after, the youngest, Afshina, fell ill. The escape. The eldest, Kiswa, confronted the king and reminded him of their mother's fate, but he refused to change his decision. That night, the sisters made a choice. They would leave the palace together. Under the cover of darkness, the 7 princesses escaped. without knowing where they were going, but certain they would stay together. That same night, the king dreamed of being trapped in a golden cage. He woke in regret, but it was too late. The Forest and the Hut. After days of travel, the 7 sisters found a small hut in a forest. Inside lay an old woman taking her final breaths. "My 7 sons will come, feed them," she whispered, and died. The sisters stayed there, living simply but happily. One night, 7 cranes appeared outside the hut. The next night, the sisters left food for them. As they laughed and joked, one sister said playfully, "If you were human, I would marry you." At that moment, the 7 cranes transformed into 7 princes. The Hidden Truth. They revealed they had been cursed by their stepmother and turned into cranes. Only a human willing to marry them could break the spell. The sisters had done exactly that. They married the princes and were taken to their kingdom.